This video brought to you in part by these fantastic sponsors. Greetings and welcome to the channel. I am the Shotgun Shogun and we are back with another raid guide. Now this is going to be the Juleeve Council. Probably got that wrong, but I just call them the Council. Now this is probably one of the more difficult missions, the more difficult bosses in the raid, and that is because you are absolutely going to need debuff cleanse and debuff immunity, because if you do not have it, you are going to fail hard here. Not only that, but there are a couple of other mechanics that are very kind of wonky, and you can't bring debuffs, because if you debuff him, well, it's really bad. But let's jump into this and I will go over all of the debuffs and all the stats and everything that he has. Now, as you can see, typically when you first come in, you are going to right off of the bat get attacked. He is very fast, and a lot of my characters are super quick. Now, if you do have the benefit of having Soul Bad Guy, if you did play during the Guilty Gear, or if you're playing currently, you will see that right out of the gate he got some counterattacks, and because he is running a counterattack set, I definitely recommend him. However, your team comp should very much be a healer, a debuff cleanser, debuff immunity, and either you can go one of two ways. You can either go cleave for the second phase, or you can go single target. I'm going double single target just to burn specific ones down. Now, level 44 or level 54 light ranger with about 157,000 HP, I believe. Now you will see I did get some poisons here, and that is one of the big gimmicks of this fight. Spread disease attacks the enemy, inflicting poison for 2 turns and granting stackable increase attack and speed to the caster. Grants the caster an extra attack with the same skill. Now is going to be attacking twice with that spread disease, and that sucks. Next up is going to be plague. Poisoned enemies will poison another enemy for 2 turns at the beginning of the turn. Effect does not occur while splitting. Splitting is the second phase. Now, if you have a poison up, it is going to jump around and it will stack. So even if like Soul has 2 here, he could get another one. He could get another 2 stack just from Tam going. Now, next one, Inflict Hirst. If the caster is attacked while debuffed, grants a random buff for 2 turns before dispelling all debuffs. Number of buffs granted increases proportional to the number of debuffs up to a maximum of 3. So if you put debuffs on to the council and then attack, rips all of them off and then increases all of the buffs on there, and it is random buffs, so who knows what you're going to get. I did make the mistake of coming in here one time with Baiken, and that was a rough fight. So you will want to keep any debuffs that you have for when things are split. So bringing a bell, not the best idea, but you can in order to take care of the second phase. Now the next one, Black Death. The caster splits into 3 when health falls below 70 and 40. This is going to be that second phase that I was talking to you about. Deals damage to all enemies proportional to the max health of the target and dispels 1 buff from all enemies every time the enemy begins a turn if the core monster is not killed. Now, that means that buffs during the second phase, literally don't even bother with them. You will want to remove debuffs because you are going to be getting debuffs and stuff like that, but they will literally just strip all of your buffs. There's no point, and you take damage every single time that you go. So that is where it's going to be very healing intensive, and you are going to have to pay attention to what buffs or what debuffs you are getting. Now, his ultimate attacks all enemies, dispelling all buffs and extending the duration of debuffs by 2 turns, and it increases damage based on debuffs. So this is a very have I said it enough, debuff and buff heavy fight. So with that said, let's hop into this. As you can see, Soul Bad Guy has already dropped quite a bit of his hit points just from that counter attack. Now, I would suggest, like I said, if you have him, bring him with Daydream Joker. Gonna make this very easy peasy. So I will shut up for a little bit and I will show you how this fight works. I will come back during the second phase and give you a little bit of a discussion about how to manage that.
Do you believe in me? Look at me.
Oh, it can't be helped. The dawn is quietly blazing.
家を見せろ。連続して光沢はやれ。
I think I'm going to faint. Leave it to me. I will shatter you.
Okay, so back a little bit quicker than originally planned. So as you can see, we have the Juvie Council split into threes. Now, this is a cup game where you have to pick which one is the real one. Once you burn the real one down, they will reform back together. So you do have to, you know, there's not really a good way. I've seen multiple people say, well, this one, if you do this much damage, it will, you know, it'll fly off of sync of another one. I don't necessarily believe that, and I usually just pick literally the closest one and just start going to town. Now, with this one, you can debuff them, and usually, like I said, if you bring Bell, this would be where you would drop all of your AoE debuffs, all of your defense breaks, things like that, in order to burn these down quick, because you are going to want to burn these down quick. I would suggest bringing Arky and using Arky to literally just destroy. If you have to double Arky on the second phase, so there you go, we did not break the, we didn't find the right one, and watch, it's gonna be the one that I don't want, or that I don't think that it's gonna be. It'll be the last one that we get while we're doing this. So I'm going to finish this up, and I will continue the fight. So after we kill these, after we find the right one, we will bring him back together. So I will be back shortly.
Listen to my song. Listen to me sing together.
I'm on my way. Ridiculous.
Oh, it can't be helped.
家を見せろ。頑張れ。
This is my stage. Shine free.
Do you believe in me?
The goddess wills it. Such a pity. Ta-da! Here.
Don't worry.
覚悟はできてんのか。覚悟を決めろ。平らにふさって行くぞ。
I'm here.
Don't be scared. Dragon Twilight.
You can't close your eyes. Go away. Oh, it can't be helped. In the name of the goddess, a prayer.
家を見せろ。
I'm scared. Yep.
Leave it to me.
I want to retire already. You can't close your eyes. Yes.
かかってこいよ。
Ridiculous. Back up.
I'm not too late, am I? I think I'm going to faint. The goddess wills it.
覚悟はできてんの。もらった。
Don't worry. Don't be scared. On my honor as a dragon, I will punish you.
I'm scared. Listen to my song. I will shine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine. Oh, it can't be helped.
家を見せろ。行くぞ。
Don't worry.
ふざってめんどくせえオタクはやれ。
Do you believe in me? Look at me.
I'll do my best. Together.
I'm on my way.
I want to retire already. Let the goddess lead the way. Listen to me sing. Shine free.
かかってこいよ。
Don't be scared. Back up.
家を見せろ。頑張れ。
You can't close your eyes. The goddess wills it. Huh?
テロボルカニックバイパー。
All right, so there you go. That was the Juleeve Council. It's actually really hard, and it takes quite a bit of gear and coordination. As you noticed, I tried to make sure that my Angelica's S3 was up and ready to be used as soon as it came back together. Even if it would have been up, I would have neglected it in favor of her S2 during the split phase, because your debuff immunity and your shield would just be stripped off in 2 turns of you going. So I also tried to make sure that I saved Tamarin's S3 in order for debuff removal while I was under the debuff immunity, because while I would have gotten CR push and attack and heal, I really didn't need it at the time. So this is a really bit of a juggling act to get some of that done. Now, one of the big things is being able to, you know, pick that 33% chance that you are going to get the right one in the second phase, but bringing single targets and being able to burn them down one at a time instead of trying to do cleave and try to burn all of them down at a time is one of the better options in my opinion. Now, some people may think that going with cleave is better, and that is perfectly fine if that is what works for you, and those are, you know, those, you have those people available for you. But that was the Juleeve Council. Bring your debuff immune, bring your debuff removal, bring some single targets. If you've got Salt, you just literally saw right there that he is just an absolute monster on this fight. Now, he did trigger his S2 into his his S2 on the splits and the re coming back together, but it didn't do any damage, so that is a little bit of a waste. But at the same time, there were a lot of counterattacks, there were a lot of extra turns. He did a lot of damage. If you do have Soul, bring him with a Daydream Joker and do a ton of damage. But if you guys did find this helpful, just let me know down in the comments, and help the channel out by hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell notification, dropping me that like and that comment, and I will catch you on the next one. Airs, take it easy. Peace.